So now today's discussion is on the loading of the transmission line. So as we already obtained the corresponding characteristic impedance equation, which is given by square root r plus j omega l divided by capital G plus j omega c. So here we can have four important parameters. Those parameters are called as the electrical parameters of the transmission line. They are resistance, inductance, conductance, as well as the capacitance. So these four parameters are also called as the primary constants of the capacitor. And you should be noted that these primary constants are said to be uniformly distributed throughout the entire length of the transmission line. In other hand, we can have the secondary constants. These secondary constants are said to be alpha, beta and gamma, where alpha is nothing but the attenuation constant, beta is nothing but the phase constant, and gamma is nothing but the propagation constant. So for the analysis as well as the design of the transmission, first of all, you must have a question, that is, what is the main purpose of the transmission line? Why we have to choose the transmission line? So the answer to this question is that the main purpose of the transmission line is to transfer maximum power without having any distortion. For example, let us see the power stations. Those power stations are used to deliver a maximum power to the household applications. So as a result of this, they need the help of this transmission line. In order to transmit such a power to the household applications, the condition should satisfy is R by G equal to L by C. That means this R by G equal to L by C is said to be necessary and sufficient condition for the distortionless transmission. Okay, but in practical cases, this R by G is said to be more. So as a result of this R by G is not exactly equal to L by C in practical cases. Therefore, it is necessary to equate this increase in R by C to a level equal to L by C. In such a case, the distortionless transmission is said to be possible. Therefore, in order to reduce this R by G value, we can have two conditions. That means we can have two approaches. So let us see in the case 1. For the perfect compensation of R by G equal to L by C, we have to reduce R by G value. So if this R by G is said to be a fraction, that means numerator term is R and the denominator term is said to be capital G. So here our main objective is to reduce this R by G value. This can be obtained by reducing the value of R. That means if you are reducing the R value, then the entire fraction R by G will be reduced. In the another choice, that is, if you want to reduce this R by G value, you have to increase the value of capital G. So if you are increasing the G value means, then only this entire fraction R by G is also decreases. Therefore, we can have two choices. That is, either you have to decrease the R value or another choice is you have to increase G value. But in both of these cases, these two requirements are exactly not possible because it leads to the very costlier situations. That means expensive situations. So what is the problem of reducing the R should be discussed in the below diagram. Let us see about this diagram. So in this diagram, you see, let us assume this is the transmission line. So in this transmission line, this is nothing but the cross section of the transmission line. Okay, so here the cross section is said to be very small. So if the cross section is very small means the current which is allowed to pass through this transmission line is also said to be large. That means in such case this transmission line can have a very large resistance. Because what do you mean about the resistance value? The resistance which opposes the flow of current, right? So due to the small cross section, this entire transmission line which does not allow the large amount of current to flow through that. Therefore, in such case, if the cross section is said to be large, then the resistance of such transmission lines is also said to be very large. So in order to transmit a more current through it, then only we have to increase the cross section area of the transmission line. Now let us see this diagram. So in this diagram, compared to this diagram, the cross section of the transmission line is said to be increased. When the cross section is said to be increased means then only large amount of current which is flowing through the transmission line. So in this case, we can have large amount of current passing through the transmission line. What does it mean? The resistance offered by the transmission line is said to be less. Therefore, in order to achieve the reduction in the resistance value, what you have to do is that you have to increase the cross section area of the transmission line in order to reduce the resistance value. But increasing the cross section leads to the increase in the size of the resistance value, increasing the size of the transmission line. That means if you are using a large cross sectional area of the transmission line, then only such a transmission lines are said to be too much costlier. That means they are said to be expensive. Therefore, the choice of reducing the resistance value is said to be a not good approach. Therefore, the reducing the value of R is not exactly a good approach, because reducing the R value increases the cross section of the transmission. If the cross section of the transmission line is increased, it means then only they are said to be costlier. Therefore, we can have another choice. That choice is capital G. So, you see in this, you have to increase the G value. If G is said to be increases means then only the entire R by G is said to be decreases. Okay. So now our main objective now is to increase the G value. But what do you mean about the G? G is nothing but the conductance. If conductance is increased means then only you have to use a superconductors or the pure conductors should be used in place of the transmission line. But if you are using such a pure form of the conductors, then only there is again disadvantage also. That disadvantage is, let us see this diagram. Let us see, this is the transmission line and this is the another transmission line. The current which is passing through the transmission line in this direction, this same current which is having a return path in the second transmission line. It is clear that this transmission line and this transmission line, both these transmission lines are separated by the air, where air is nothing but the dielectric medium. Okay, so air is nothing but the dielectric medium. That means if you are using a super or pure conductors in place of the transmission line means then only there is a possibility of leakage of current in any one of the transmission line into the dielectric medium. As a result of this, when the current reaches to the receiver section, this receiver section can have a weak signal because this current which is slowly leaking into the dielectric medium along its entire path. Therefore, near the receiver section, you have a very weak signal at that. Therefore, these receivers, due to the receiving of weak signal at the receiver end, these receivers are required to use a very high power amplifiers. That means near the receiver they are using a weak power signals. So in order to increase the power of such signals, they have to use a powerful amplifiers. But actually in general, those powerful amplifiers are said to be costlier. For example, let us assume the power stations are interested to deliver a large amount of power to the household applications. For example, let us assume again, if the transmission lines are said to be the pure conductors, then what happens is that during the length of the transmission, there is a possibility of leaking of such a power in the dielectric medium. Now the household applications which are receiving a weak power signals, in such case, they need to use a large power amplifiers in their home. That means nobody are interested to use such a high power amplifiers in their home because they are too much expensive. Therefore, what it is clear to you is that increasing the value of the conductance. So increasing the value of conductance does not provide any better results. Therefore, increasing the G value is said to be not a good approach. Okay. So since the power amplifiers are said to be too much expensive, therefore it is clear that reducing the R by G value, thereby reducing R value or thereby increasing G value is not exactly a good approach for the condition to satisfy. Therefore, we can have another choice. So in the next case, that is case 2, as variation in R or variation in G which does not provide you any better result. As we already said, in practical, this R by G is said to be large. Therefore, in order to equate this R by G, you have to increase this L by C to a level to satisfy this condition. That means you have to increase this L by C to have a better compensation with the R by G value. So in this case again, if you want to increase this L by C, then only you can have two choices. One choice is you have to increase L value, and another choice is you have to decrease C value. That means you have to increase L or you can have to decrease C. Now what is the problem of choosing the less capacitance is that should be explained below. Let us see what if we are going to decreasing the C value. Okay, what do you mean about C? C is nothing but the capacitance. As for example, let us see in this diagram. This is nothing but the towers. Okay, so in this case, you see the triangle shaped objects here. Those triangle shaped objects are nothing but the brackets. Okay, they are called as the brackets. These brackets are used to carry the transmission lines throughout the entire length of the transmission line. Okay, so for example, let us see, this is the transmission line and this is the transmission line, and these two transmission lines are separated by a dielectric medium, right? So in one of the transmission line, current is passing like that. In another transmission line, current is returning like that. What does it mean? If a dielectric medium is available between any two pairs of conductor, then only there is a possibility of capacitance. Okay, so this capacitance, which is having a mathematical relation, that is capacitance is inversely proportional to 1 by distance, where D is nothing but the distance of separation between the transmission lines. So now if you want to decrease the C value, that means if you want to decrease the C value means you have to increase the C value, you have to increase the D value, because this relation is said to be inversely proportional. If you want to decrease the C value means automatically you have to increase the value of capital D. What does it mean? In order to reduce the capacitance, the distance between the transmission lines should be increased. Okay, so in order to do that, we have to use the diagram like that. So I am using one tower here having the brackets like that. So this tower is carrying one transmission line. So in order to have a distance of separation between these two transmission lines, I have to construct a new tower in order to improve the distance between them. Okay, because our main objective is to reduce the value of capital C. Therefore, in order to reduce the capital C, you have to increase the distance. So this distance can be increased by constructing a new tower. When you are constructing the new tower means, then the distance between the transmission lines is said to be increased. In such case, the decrease in capacitance is also obtained. But what's the problem here is that constructing the new towers is also said to be too much expensive. That means such a situation is said to be costlier. What does it mean? It mean is that you have to increase the more number of brackets to carry the transmission line. Therefore, decreasing the C value is also not good approach. Finally, you can have only single approach. That approach is you have to increase the L value. Okay, that means you have to provide a inductance in the transmission lines to increase the factor L by C. Okay, therefore increase of addition of the inductance in the transmission line path, that is nothing but the loading of the transmission line. Okay, so now these loadings are classified into two main categories. One category is nothing but the continuous loading, and second category is nothing but the lumped loading. This continuous loading is also called as the heavy side loading, or it is also called as the curve loading. And on the other hand, lumped loading is also called as the puppin loading, or it is also called as the coil loading. Okay, so I thought this is all about the entire introduction regarding to the loading of the transmission line, right? Therefore, in order to have, what it is clear to you is that in order to have a better distortionless power transmission throughout the entire length of the transmission line, what is the condition you should require is that the condition is R by G equal to L by C. Okay, so this is all for this lecture and see you in the next class. If you have any doubts, post in the comment section. Thank you.